Whoosh. Sorry about that. So, take two. So, this is the. And sorry for. Or, like, what I mean by sorry at the beginning, it was because the first take of it accidentally had, like, tap up thing. So, yeah. That picture of a upside down, like, torture guy. Not really. So, yeah. So now, what if. So, welcome back to. Or should I say, welcome to the. What if Deku was. Or, no. Became a multiverse tree. Metaverse tree. And, yeah. So, in take one of that first one. So the plus I didn't like the audio on it. So yeah. So now so Colonel, yeah. So yeah, sorry. So Zuko so had the powers of infinity and zero. But yeah. We'll get right into it without further ado. So I am adding Zumi into this what if, and the Zuko goes or so let's begin. Zuko and Zumi have been born, and the Zumi and Zuko goes to the Quark Doctor. Quark Doctor says to Zumi that she has a quirk and she can become a hero. But Zuko, okay. You can't. So, and so, then after the Quark Doctor thing, his parents abandon him, and his sister doesn't like him. When from age of 3, so yeah, and then at age, so then his friends like Bakugo are actually I just remembered because in take 1, I remember heard that Momo actually had a crush on him. Just now remembered it. So yeah, it was felt good to, yeah. So Zuko went into the forest because he feels like everybody hates him for being quirkless. As when he went in to the forest, so after the heartbreak thing, it transformed him into or during the heartbreak thing, or after, he became a tree, a little sapling. But this sapling grows differently compared to normal trees. It's nanoseconds or minutes. So he's at age of 4, so the sapling is basically could grow 4 feet tall. That's, or actually was a normal sized tree. But then time goes on, Zuko became age of 15. And man, oh man, he didn't just turn into a normal tree. He became the, like, it was big. Like, way big. Yeah. And each of its limbs reached the entire metaverse. Like, each rim goes to, like, an connecting all the, yeah. So yeah, a couple days have passed after how big the tree is. A blind girl that got made fun of by her bullies. She went into the forest. She went blind because her friends blinded her. So she went in. She sat down on a tree rump that was similar size to a park bench. And yeah, it was big. As she could feel the aura coming from a tree that she's sitting on. As she says, hello. As in her head, he says, or as Zuko says this, hello. What's your name? As she says, my name is, I forgot her. I always end up forgetting her name. Claire, I think. Yeah, Claire. I just had to, like, because if I don't remember actual names, I just make up names for myself, for the characters. So Claire, says, I'm Claire. Nice to meet you. And so the tree, or so the inside of her head, Zuko says, I'm Zuko. But please call me Deku, if maybe. Yeah. So he was kind-hearted, as she could see she could sense kindness in his heart. Yeah. So because he is the multiverse tree, and he's way bigger than, yeah. He could touch, like, both places at the same time. Or his limbs touches the alternate versions of himself. Like, so, yeah. So no one knows about its existence. Because it's been invisible for, yeah, pretty long time. So, yeah. So, So they start talking about each other's. And she had a quirk. But the bullies made fun of her for how stubborn she is. As the guy. So, you want me to walk you home? As she's blind, and she says yes. As a mechanical doll. Oh, that looks like that she's made out of wood, so yeah. She walks over, takes her hand gently and softly as he walks her home. And so, during the walk, her bullies, the blind girl's bullies, shows up. Ready for round 2? Little miss? As the young girl, or mannequin doll, says, no thanks. She's not ready in the... As... well, too bad. Gonna hurt ya. As she shoots a nail out at her forehead. But the time froze. As a mannequin doll, or as a doll, reached up, grabs the nail that was aimed right at her friend, or Azuku's friend, and shoots it right at the kneecap of that other girl's kneecap. Yeah. As she walks, or as the mannequin doll walks her home and sits her down. Is your folks home? Yeah. As her father and her mother were like basically cared about her, as the guy, or as her father saw what they have done to her. What did you do to my daughter? I didn't do anything. No. That girl didn't do anything. But the bullies, the ones that I told you about, oh yeah, those ones, okay. Okay? It's quite cold out there. You want to come in? As he says, no thanks. I just saw your daughter and was getting picked on by those bullies, so I'm gonna head back home. So bye. As she waves bye. So when she left, so yeah, so now, plus now it was a time skip. So Zuko basically made a mannequin doll version of himself, like a doll parts, to make him look more human. And so, yeah. So he goes into UA. As he immediately gets noticed by Bakugo. Or actually, Bakugo doesn't remember who he is. And Zuko looks over and sees he's the. Or actually, he sees Momo talking to Todoroki as he shrugs his shoulders, almost as he says, huh. So they put in Zuko, that's his original name. So then, because everyone forgot all about him, as who's this kid that's joining the UA? As the Zuko uses, or he looks over, and he sees that same blind girl that, yeah. As he says, huh, it's been a long, it's been a while since, yeah, Deku. It's been. As Bakugo is trying to remember, that quirkless loser has a girlfriend. As Zumi looks over and she sees he's her own brother. Why are you here? Why is he here? He should be in the quirkless school. As he says, huh. As he's in front of class. As he says, huh. Ready? Yeah. I'm ready. As the gates open, as both him and her went out. As he used his power as of his own version of explosions, like what Bakugo does, but on a whole another level, as everybody's shocked. I mean, everybody was stunned how fast Zuko is. So then after the exam thing went off, Zuko got in first place, followed by that blind girl, I forget her name. That Crystal, she ends up, being, And so Momo is like wondering, why is her boyfriend gets with another girl? Are they dating or something? And in answer to your questions, no. The like, because Zuko and her aren't dating in this metaverse thing, they were just being friends. Of course, the one that got turned to a tree turns. Yeah. As they both hang out. As Bakugo. So, after the exam, they all went home. As Bakugo and Momo and Todoroki and Ochako says, "Where have you?" And Zumi, "You're quirkless. You shouldn't be at UA." Huh. Really? The As he walks away, "Huh. You're quirkless, kid." As the so what do? They, because quirkless, they didn't accept him anymore, or they didn't accept UA, or he didn't get accepted to UA. So that made him depressed. And as the so time skip to All Might versus All for One. Because I'm not going to go over the USJ Sports Festival Camp Park, or actually, yeah, Camp Park. Let's do that. So during the Camp Park, the because the tree was invisible to everyone else, unless it or Zuko was, and Zumi gets, and she like goes into the forest at night or before to see what my so her and her friends Momo and Tenya and Bakugo were basically had some suspicions going on. Because since after Zuko first appeared, and Zuko's mannequin doll, as they see him in shock of two mannequin dolls just laying there. One was her, and the other was Zuko's body. And he had a school uniform on. And so as they thought it was cute. That, but are they just? It's like they weren't. They were let to it here. As a voice inside of their head says, inside Momo's head says, Momo, is that you? And she's getting freaked out. Like she's turning around, she doesn't see any around her. As, who are you? Oh, you know who I am. As everybody's like, Momo, are you doing okay? Are you going insane? Maybe I am. As Zumi gets infected. Hey, sister, what's up? And, like, they're all going crazy. But then, one of the dolls that were was leaning on, or so Zuko doll version comes up or gets up and all creepily welcome, as Zuko says, as a doll says, welcome to the metaverse tree. Metaverse tree? I don't see it. As Zuko says, oh, you don't see it because, as he snaps his fingers, as it appears, as everyone, all of them, were stunned by it, shocked to their very core. They see a giant tree that could have been a coincidence, but yeah. It was bigger than they were just laying or standing right. I'm trying to zoom in. Right there at the waterline thing. Yeah, that's how big the tree was. Or they were standing close to the camera right there near the water, looking up, and they see the world's biggest tree. And each of its limbs were in alternate dimensions things. As Momo can't even believe that her own what happened to, as the doll says, that's actually real Zuko. Let me explain. As that girl, her starts moving as she sounds more female than most girls sound in their entire lives. As she says, I'll explain it too. This tree is called a metaverse tree. We're all connected to it. But it's not or should I say it's not a it. It's a him. I believe you called him Deku, I believe. I am his. I am the second personality of him. Call me Lulu. I'm trying to figure out names of, yeah. So Lulu, and then the other one was called, Zoom, me, or that's spelled with Zoom, not Zoomy like in the. Just to clarify, yeah. So, as everyone, they can't believe. So you're saying this tree isn't a actual tree like the rest of them are, right? Yes. And so Momo says, "Wait, so you're saying this tree is," as she basically thought about it, out of shock, she could not believe that her own boyfriend became a tree. Not just a normal tree, but a multiverse tree. Yeah. As it was pretty big tree. And Zuko was. So Momo asked one of the dolls what happened to him. Since after rest of you broke his heart, he wanted to accept being quirkless, but he was, or let us tell you, inside our wooden bodies, and these is his power, fragments of his power. Mine is infinity. Hers is zero. With a capital Z. Yeah. So Zuko ends up being, Zuko. So, but when everyone heard Zuko was born with a power of infinity and zero, they were like, holy crud. Even Zumi can't even believe that her own brother was way too powerful for her. Yeah. And she has two quirks. One for all, and her own flame control thing. And she's the weakest one of the two. Basically she's weaker than her own brother. Now, because at the beginning he thought she was the powerfulest one. But yeah. So yeah. So then the multiverse tree ends up. I'm only allowing certain people to see this tree. As they said, exact same time. Freaky. So, yeah. As Momo walks up and, can I hug you? So she hugs the tree, multiverse tree, and she tells him, or tells, because it was Zuko that the tree, the multiverse tree, as Zuko, as Momo tells Zuko that she's sorry for dumping him, and as she's kind of blaming herself for, and as a limb comes up from the ground, but it was smaller. As he, with two limbs, hugging Momo. No. As both dolls said that you are, or he forgave you on, and you didn't break my heart. They did. As Bakugo knows that, and as Bakugo says, I say for everybody, yeah, we're all sorry for that. Yeah, so, can you forgive us? As the doll says, yeah, I forgive you. As they both said it at the exact same time, so. So then they return to camp, and of course, one of the mannequin walks up and tells Bakugo that tell Mr. Zawa that there's villains about to come to here. What? Do it, okay? Because as the tree told Bakugo to tell Mr. Zawa. So then Mr. Zawa gets notified by Bakugo, as they thought he was crazy, and so Zuko ends up, as villains were attacking. Yeah, and where did you get this information from? It's gonna be like, it's better to show all of you. But, yeah. So then the villains attacked, or actually everybody went. So the next morning, Class 1B and Class 1A got up at the exact same time. They all went, including the teachers. As Bakugo says, Zuko, we're back. Or Deku, we're back. As everybody thought he was crazy. But then they see two dolls. That's creepy. Everybody thinks the same thing except for Momo and Zumi and their friend that were first ones. Zuko, get up. Or show us. Okay. as both dolls gets up. As Mina's like freaking out, that's kind of scares me. As Zuko looks over, you brought some company, huh? As he snaps his fingers, as a big tree, when, like, yeah, they all looked up and they see the entire thing, like, whoa. And it's an honor meeting you, Mr. Ozawa. As a, who's that female doll that's right next to you? Is it Zuko? She gets up. Call me Lala. I'm Zuko's personality. And I also have power of 0. Or I share the same powers with. Because Zuko, as Bakugo points, or so they thought both, or so they thought one of the mannequin dolls were actual human, and so they called him Zuko. As the guy says, "Oh, you're talking to, I'm a doll too." As they see doll parts all over his body. And yeah, his friends, they could not believe it. And yeah, so they could not believe. And so both mannequin dolls, or dolls, should I say, points to a tree. That's real Zuko. And so everybody's, including, was like, wait, so you're saying the entire tree is one man called Zuko? Yep. Man, that scares me. Yeah. I knew something was up, as Mr. Ozawa says. You weren't. As Zuko's doll, or so the one that was, or so he looks at Mr. Ozawa. Because Mr. Ozawa said, you should join UA. Or you should join us. As Zuko and the both mannequin dolls looks away. What's wrong? I can't join UA. Because you said, and I know that Nezu said that I'm disqualified from joining UA. So then, yeah. So then Zuko was, yeah, pretty much. So you should start your training. Have fun. And so then so All Might versus All for One happened, and Zuko, the tree, calls in reinforcements. Or one big guy. And you know what that big guy is called? Doomsday Zuko. Yeah. So they brought in Doomsday Zuko from his alternate universe. as he tells, or as Doomsday Zuko tells Zuko that the because Multiverse Tree brought Inko back to life and yeah, all that stuff. So then, yeah. So Doomsday Zuko is happy. I mean, and he helps. Yeah. So then he basically like beats around All for One pretty badly. And he says, "Huh, I'm Zuko Midoriya. If you really want to know my name, it's Zuko Midoriya. But my official title in my universe is called Doomsday." As he looks at him with cold, dead eyes. Yeah. So, as Momo, who sees how cool an alternate version of him is. So, yeah, then as All Might sees the other two, or he sees the same green-haired kid that was expelled from exam. Because Jimmy had super long hair. But, yeah. Why are you here? You couldn't become a hero. It's an honor meeting you, All Might. First of all, I know that this is going to be a weird request, but look at as he rolls up his sleeves, as All Might's eyes widen. Wait, you're a doll? Yes. But I'm the doll who. But my real self is over there in the forest. You probably could see it. And so then All for One gets killed off, and yeah. As Zuko says, please direct your attention to the over there, to the forest area. Okay. As they look at the forest, he snaps his fingers as a tree appears before everyone. And MHA aim Sean faces. Where is that? As they can't believe Zuko was, as they see they see a giant-sized tree, and yeah, you guys as the girl, not her but the other one, forget her name. This girl says, "You should be respectful for or judging people by or their if they're quirkless or quirked." Zuko has the power of, as both of them were creepy enough, as they said, my powers, as Zuko says, my powers are infinity. And the girl, Lala, says, I have the power of 0. And everyone that's that person or that tree's one. So then when everybody heard that tree was actually Zuko Midoriya, as Doomsday said, so don't make fun of him for and how do you all feel about, like, you're quirkless, you're useless. As he's telling everybody that they're useless. And is like, yeah. So then the day comes, or when the day goes by, or so the next day, they all meet up at Zuko, and they all apologize to him about, like, for her calling him weakling and all that stuff. So then then the villains try to chop him down or burn him. And yeah. So Momo, so one of the villains did, as Zuko basically stayed on, or like he kept the flames from, yeah. So one day it died from old age. But so they were 18. So Momo and Zuko, so the tree fell backwards away from, it was died from old age, so it needs to be replanted. So then the seed comes out as a human or a real man size, like basically buffed up guy, looked up and yeah, so he's dating. So when Zuko looks over and he planted him, or his seed that he planted, or that he was before, he planted another one. So yeah, so Zuko ends up being, Zuko. Oh crap. Nope. That's not meant to go back to, So now, so Momo so Zuko meets Momo in person, and she thought it was a mannequin doll, but then Deku was like, nope, I'm a real person. I wasn't in that tree anymore. Or I was that tree, but now I've been reincarnated as a actual full flesh and blood and person. So So Momo didn't care, as she got married to him, and yeah. So he hangs out, as he did tell Momo before that you thought, or this is what he said, you thought I was dating that other girl, that blind girl? Yeah. We were just hanging out like friends. We weren't really dating, we were hanging out like friends do. Yeah. So now, this is going to be the end of the What If. Please leave a like, share, subscribe. And sorry for taking this long, because in part 1, I was trying to, not get any bad scenes in it. So, peace out, y'all. Peace. And I already have another one planned. A next What If. So, peace.